WP Content Ranker plugin is the perfect companion for any WordPress site. It actually helps you rank. The power and features make this a true pro tool that floods your document creativity with ideas. See it in action now.
This is actually a sneak preview video to show you exactly what WP Content Ranker is all about, how you can use it on your WordPress blogs, and how you can benefit from using WP Content Ranker. So WP Content Ranker has a number of uses, guys. It can be used to create content that's ready to rank on page 1 of Google. It can be used to make your content better, to optimize content. It can be used to research topics and research content. And the ultimate goal, obviously, guys, is to put you in a position to be able to create content that's going to be ranking inside of Google. So anyway, I've got it installed on my WordPress blog here, and it can be used on new posts or it can be used on existing posts as well. So what we'll do is we'll start off with a brand new post, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start using, and I'll show you how to use it on existing posts as well. So anyway, let's just say, for example, I wanted to create a post about Twitter marketing. The very first thing that I should point out, guys, is WP Content Ranker details and their features can be found on every single WordPress post and page. And you've got 5 options. You've got Analyze, Spin, Syndicate, a link to the settings page, and additional reading section as well. Now we'll go through each one at a time to show you how it works. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is click on Analyze, and I'm going to type in Twitter marketing, for example. And I'm going to click on search. So we can actually search on Google, we can search on Yahoo, we can search Bing. In fact, we can search our own URLs and so much more as well. And I'll be taking you through each phase in a moment. But what this plugin is doing now, it's searching Google for Twitter marketing for our keyword. It's going to visit Google. It's going to analyze the top 10 ranking sites inside of Google, and it's going to bring back all of the data for us. So the details page is kind of like a snapshot page. So we've got SERP data here, tells us how many competing sites we have in Google. It tells us the minimum and the maximum page authority of the top 10 competing sites. It gives us the minimum and the maximum domain authority, gives us the minimum and maximum Moz rank, and it gives us the average backlinks for the top 10 ranking sites in Google. And then it gives us a keyword difficulty score in a number, and tells us if it's going to be easy, moderate, or difficult to rank for, and it's color coded green for easy, amber for moderate, and red for difficult. And you know what, guys, you actually have full control in fine-tuning and tweaking the difficulty features inside of the settings area, which I'll be taking you through in a moment. Okay, related terms, guys, it gives you some related terms that might be related to your content, so things that you might consider writing about as well, and then you actually get to see your direct competitors here as well. And just to let you know, you can actually move this area around, guys. You can close it, you can reopen it again, and you can actually make it much larger to work with as well, should you wish. So yeah, you get to see your direct competitors here, the actual top 10 ranking sites. You get to see the page authority, the domain authority, the Moz rank, and the backlinks, so that you know exactly who you're going to be up against. And if any videos are found to be ranking inside of Google, then you'll get to see them here too, with the actual titles used. So anyway, guys, let's just go over to the other areas, show you how and what we're actually getting, and then we'll start making our content. Okay, so the Alls tab, guys, shows us all of the content on these top 10 ranking sites with the styling and the images all stripped out, guys. Okay, and you can actually see the external links that they're linking out to. You can see the anchor text that they're using for these external links as well. And you can see all of the top 10 sites down here, guys, which is absolutely brilliant. And you can see all of the external links. You can see all of the anchor text used as well, which is absolutely beautiful. Okay, you can go ahead and see the titles used for all of the top 10 ranking sites inside of Google for this keyword. In fact, guys, what we'll do, we'll actually start generating our content while we're going ahead with this as well. So what I like to do is I actually like looking at the titles first and then generating a title for myself. So what I might do is I might actually go ahead and go, oops, this one looks like a really cool one. I can drag it and drop it into our content area, or even into our title area, and then it's going to take the title down there as well. Okay, what we can do now is have a look at headings. We can see all the heading 1s, we can see the H2 tags, the H3 tags, and the H4 tags used by all of these sites, guys, which is absolutely brilliant. So what I like doing first of all is starting off with my headings, and we can actually drag and drop these headings down here as well. So I'm going to drag and drop the heading 1 tag down here, add some empty lines down there, go ahead and take some H2 tags as well. I might actually only have one H2 tag down here. Add some empty lines for some content, which you'll understand in a moment while I'm doing that. And we'll add some H3 tags down here as well, guys. Just drag and drop. And okay, we'll actually add this one down here as well. Okay, and we can actually delete some of the areas for these if we want as well. Okay, and oops, we want to keep that use there, don't we? What we can actually do as well, guys, if we look at the text area, what you'll notice is because we dragged H1 tags, it's added it inside of here as a H1 tag. Because we added a H2 tag, it's added a H2, H3 tag, and a H3 tag as well, guys, which is absolutely brilliant, exactly what we want. What we can do now as well, guys, is go back over to the All tab, and we can go ahead to these top 10 ranking sites, and we can find some content that we might like on here and say, well, you know what, I like this part of the content from this site, so I'm going to go ahead and drag it and drop it inside of here. I'm going to come down here and drag, actually I'm going to go over to the next site that's ranking inside of Google as well, find some text from here this time, and drag it and drop it inside of here. So I'm building up my content now. So we want some images in here as well. I can come along here, guys. I can actually have a look at images that the top 10 ranking sites are using, and if I want to add any of these images inside of my content, let me just try and find a nice small one, guys. I don't want it too large. Then there's two ways we can actually do this. I'm going to show you any moment. I'm just trying to find a okay size image. Okay, this one. So I can actually hold this, drag it and drop it inside of here. But if I do that, guys, and that's going to be linked to from this website, so we actually get to see the actual dimensions and we get to see the URL. So this is going to be linked to from this website. I don't want to do that. Instead, I want to add it into my own media library, so I can put my cursor wherever I want and click on add. That's going to get uploaded to my media library, and now it's going to be embedded for my site. And from here I could go ahead and click edit and say I could align it, for example, just to start making my content look a bit better. So as you can see, it's starting to look pretty cool. Okay, what we can do as well is we've got some more headings that we've got some more content that we want to add as well. So let's go back over to all. We can go over to the different site now. I don't want to take no content from Twitter. We go to Kissmetrics. Let's just say we added and we liked all of this content down here. I could go ahead and go into the area that I want to drag it to, highlight it and drag it inside of there. And finally, if I wanted one down here. So basically what I'm doing down here, guys, I'm using the top 10 ranking sites inside of Google, and I'm going ahead and looking at their content. I'm slicing and dicing and dragging and dropping their content to make my own optimized superior content, guys. Okay, and we can actually go ahead and add images inside of here. We can add videos inside of here. I haven't showed you the videos here, guys. We can actually drag and drop videos in here as well, so to add our own, you know, really make everything unique. Sorry, really make everything a mishmash of the top 10 ranking sites and the top 10 on the top videos and whatnot. So anyway, you get LSI terms down here as well, guys. And what the LSI terms do, it uses all of the content that's found on these top 10 ranking sites. It cross-references them with one another, and then it lists and displays them in order of most popular words used towards the top, guys. And it gives you single terms. It gives you 2 phrases, 3 phrases, and 4 phrase terms if any are to be found. And you can actually see what kind of terms need to be used inside of your content. In fact, if you've actually got content on your post, guys, then you can click on check keywords, and it'll actually tell you what keywords have been used inside of your content, guys. So as you can see, just by dragging and dropping, we've created some pretty serious optimized content down here, guys. As you can see, we're still missing some down here. And we could go ahead and just start adding them down here if we wanted to, guys. Just as simple as dragging and dropping. And I'm going to show you how to do something in a moment anyway, and how to use these in a better way. Check keywords, and as you can see, we're starting to optimize even further, which is really, really cool. You've got videos, you've got ads as well, guys. If any AdWords are to be found inside of Google, then you're going to be able to see the actual titles, descriptions, and URLs used as well. And of course, you can analyze your own URLs as mentioned. You can analyze your own sites, your own competitor sites, your client sites or whatnot as well. And you can download all of the data to a CSV file, guys, so that you can save it all for later use as well. And you can actually open up the cells, so it's much easier to work with, guys. Okay, so this is only one part of what you can do. What you can do then, guys, is you can actually go ahead and you can spin everything, for example. Let's spin this here. We'll click on spin, and this is actually going to be using the spin rewriter or the best spinner, and it's going to be spinning everything down here. So give it a couple of seconds because it's got to communicate with their actual thing. Okay, and we can actually spin the other remaining part of the content that we didn't spin. Okay, and we can actually come along, and I think we actually spun all that, didn't we? We can spin this part as well here as well. Now, of course, you could actually spin everything together at once by controlling and A-ing and spinning everything together for you. But what this does here, guys, is it allows you, I'm going to show you in a moment how you can use it on existing posts. But just imagine if you went to an existing post, guys, and you've done some research and you found some content that you wanted to use, you wanted to keep your own content intact without being spun, but then you wanted to go ahead and actually spin only the content that you're using from everyone else. But what happens here, guys, as you can see, all of my headings have been taken away. That's a very bad thing, because when I spin the headings, then the actual headings have been spun as well. So let me just go ahead and put the headings tag back in here just to make sure we're keeping everything optimized. Okay, I think we had another heading down here. Okay, it was this one here. Use keywords in your tweets. And I think that was it. Yeah, so we're back in action again. Okay, so what I can do now is I can click on publish. Now this is actually on my own website, guys, so I'm going to have to get rid of this very soon. We can actually go ahead to this. And as you can see, it looks pretty cool as well, guys. And we've got optimized content that's using all of the terms that Google needs to rank inside of Google. Now, obviously, as you can see, I've got a H1 here, and this theme's already taking a H1. So I might not actually add a H1 down here. I could actually turn this into, I don't know, a H3, for example. Click on update, come down here, click on refresh. And it's going to look better as well, and we don't want two H1s in our actual post as well. We can come over to Copyscape as well, and what we can do on Copyscape, guys, is click on refresh, because I've actually been messing around with this, and we can click on go. And what you'll notice on Copyscape, guys, is it's found a little bit of content from other places. Let's just go over and have a look. Okay, so 76 words matching 10%. So as you can see, it's just sort of bits and bobs of data that it's matching from. I think that was twitter.com. No, that was Kissmetrics. And this is Niche Genetics Review. So 22 words matching this. So it's only bits and bobs of some actual text, guys. But other than that, guys, we've got some content that is, I don't know how many words now. And there's only about 60 pieces. There's about 60 words matching in there, guys, and we could go ahead and spin if we want. So we've got 76 words on there, and we've got about 22 words in there. So anyway, guys, this is how you can create optimized content using this as well, guys, and it's absolutely brilliant, very easy to use, and obviously you'll be able to do it much quicker than I'm actually demonstrating it once you start to use it. So anyway, let me lob this in the trash, and let me show you some other ones as well. So let me go over to an existing post of mine, and the very first thing we'll do is we'll click on analyze, and I'm trying to rank for Google Mobile First Index, so I'll click on Google Mobile First Index, and I'll click on search. And again, guys, you can use Google, you can use Yahoo, you can use Bing as well, entirely up to you. And again, you can really play around with this area here. You can move it around, you can close it, you can open it, you can make it larger if you want to make it larger as well, guys. Okay, so you're saying it's fairly difficult to rank for, and we've got all of our data down here. I'm not really looking for that. The very first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and go over to LSI Terms, and I'm going to click on check keywords, and straight away it's going to tell me the kind of keywords that I'm using that should be important to my content, and it's allowing me to see really quickly what ones I've already used and what ones I should focus on. So desktop is used 125 times when comparing all of the text with these top 10 ranking sites. So that's a term that I should be using in my content. I should be using the keyword SEO as well. I should be using website, guys. I mean, I'm using websites, but not website. And whatnot, you guys. Okay, you've got two phrase keywords. You've got mobile site, I'm not even using. Mobile friendly, I'm not even using. So there's a number of things that I can do down here now, guys. Now, one of the things that I could do is actually go ahead and rewrite my content, or add some extra paragraphs, or add some extra content to this content to update it and include these terms, so to optimize my content even further. We've already identified that these are being used so many times, guys, by these top 10 ranking sites for this keyword. So they're very important to our content, guys. Sometimes they're not going to be, but the majority majority of the time when you look at them, you're going to be in a position to identify them straight away. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make use of this section down here, called additional reading. Now all you do is put your cursor wherever you want it on the page, wherever you want it added, and click on additional reading. So I'm going to click on 6, and so it asks you down here how many items to add and how many to show. So I'm going to click on 6 and 3. Now what this is doing is adding a table with 6 columns down here and 6 whatever fields or whatever, and it's only going to show 3 on the actual page though, and every time the page is refreshed, guys, it's going to randomly rotate between that content, so to show different terms, and so to get indexed for different key terms as well, guys. And you can continue to add on to this. Like you could basically have hundreds and hundreds of little areas down here. And the really cool thing about this, guys, is it uses the interactive tabbed area, which actually promotes interaction by users, and it really does make your post look cool. And if you've got our plugin called WP Rank Me, or if you've seen WP Rank Me, guys, and it actually uses the exact same logic that WP Rank Me does to get you indexed and found for more keywords, and to boost interaction as well. So I'm going to be using this very quickly, guys. You don't have to use it for the same reasons. You're going to probably see me using it in a way that doesn't make sense to you, and if that's the case, guys, then don't worry about it too much. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click and add mobile site in there. I'm going to go ahead and add mobile friendly in there. I'm going to go ahead and add search engine in here as well. I'm going to go and add Google's mobile in there. I'm going to go ahead and add structured data in there, and I'm going to go ahead and add a desktop version in there as well. And I'm going to click on check keywords, and as you can see, they're all being found on there real nice. The only one that hasn't been found is desktop site. Okay, so I could go ahead and actually add one more in there, guys, and the way you do that is really simple. Add reading, additional reading. I want to add one more. Click on OK. And as you can see, guys, I've got a nice little area added onto there. So I'm going to click on analyze, and I'm going to go ahead and go desktop version, and I'm going to desktop site. I'm going to add that there, and as you can see, we're very optimized down here now. And this is what's going to be revealed when the user clicks this tabbed area. So I'm just going to add anything down here, guys, just to really make this quick. But you know what, you could add something like a mobile site. Your mobile site is the version that Google's going to be using when people visit your website from a mobile device. You could have mobile friendly. Mobile friendly is the term given to sites that are optimized to show their sites on a mobile device or whatnot, you guys. That's what you'd be adding, but just to save time on here, I'm just going to show you, you know what, you can add videos in here. Okay, you can add images in here if you want to add images as well. Just drag and drop easy, guys. I'm just giving you a real quick example of exactly what this tabbed area does. Oops, I don't want to go there. What this tabbed area does, how it looks, how it feels, and how cool it is as well, guys. So anyway, many of you guys who have WP Rank Me will know what this does. It really is cool, and you have these features inside of this plugin as well, guys. So anyway, I've added some videos in there. They're probably going to be too large, so let's just go ahead and change the size for these videos to something like 300. And guys, you can go ahead and you can align the table, you can align the areas inside of the table so that they're centered, so they look much better as well. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and click on update, guys. So anyway, this now has more terms on our page that we weren't using before, but now we're using. But obviously, you know what, I haven't done this, like spent time on it, guys. But let me just show you how this looks. So let me go over to the actual URL. Okay, so this is the URL, and this is the tabbed area down here, guys. So it isn't centered or anything, and we can center it though. But as you can see, it says mobile site, structured data, desktop site. Okay, so this one we forgot to resize, desktop size. I can click on refresh down here again, guys, and now it says search engine, desktop version, structured data. Now with this, what it's doing is with each page refresh, it's showing a different or randomly rotating between these actual terms. So this allows us to get found and indexed for more keywords, and because we're going to be using it all, one of the ways to use it is to add your keywords that you haven't already found when scanning your content from the LSI terms. Then you're going to be able to be ranked, you're going to be able to be found for more key terms, you're going to be able to get indexed for more terms, and because it promotes user interaction by users having to click on this as well, guys, it really is cool. And as mentioned, you can have opt-in forms in here, you can have all sorts in here as well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and the way I'm going to delete this is by deleting the actual table. So here's a table. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this table. And when I go back over to visual mode, we should see that that's gone. Fantastic. So I'm going to click on update. So yeah, guys, this is how you can use this for existing posts and for creating brand new posts as well, guys. Another thing that you can do with this as well, guys, is obviously if you wanted to add content onto this and you wanted to keep everything on your content intact, but you wanted to add content from other people's site, but you want it to be unique, then you can highlight that content and only spin that while keeping everything intact, guys, which is absolutely brilliant. You can add the additional reading as well. You can syndicate content as well, guys. Click the button and your media library is going to be opened up here. Just drag and drop whatever image you'd like to be syndicated with your post, select your social site and click on syndicate. In fact, you can syndicate multiple posts at the same time. Let's just leave this page here. All you have to do is select or check whatever post you want to actually syndicate. From the drop down menu, you click on syndicate, click on apply. A new tab will open showing you all the posts. Your media library is here as well, and you can actually drag and drop different images to be syndicated with different posts, guys. Okay, and you just select whatever ones you want and click on syndicate. Okay, let me show you something else as well. Let me show you around the actual settings area of the plugin, guys. So with the settings area of the plugin, you've got a number of features that you and areas that you can actually use to control it, how this works. So you can choose your Google location of your choice, and you just select whatever location you want from down here. Okay, you have an area to control how the LSI terms look and feel. So for example, only show terms that are noted on more than at least say 3 sites, or remove all terms that are noted less than 5 times or whatnot, you guys. You got a bunch, you have a list of ignore words, and this you can continue to add to, guys. And what this allows, or what this does, is it ignores any words that use things like a, able, about, above, or whatever you add down here, guys. So these are like non-niche specific words that are used to just join other words together or whatnot. Okay, you got image size limits. So for example, the images that get pulled inside when you're clicking analyze, if you're finding that it's pulling in really small images or massive images, then you know what, you can add restrictions down here as well. Okay, the actual area that I showed you down here, guys, how it looks and feels, you can change how it looks and feels by using an accordion jQuery theme. Alternatively, you can actually add your own CSS and manipulate that as well. If you want to connect with proxies, then you can use proxies to make connections there as well, guys. You've got API settings, works with Moz. Okay, a free Moz account would be totally fine. You've got spin rewriter settings and the best spinner settings for working with the spinning features. The syndication settings, guys, when you want to work, this is where you'll add your API details for Tumblr, Twitter and Pinterest. Okay, and then here's the really cool thing, guys, comp analysis. So where you saw the difficulty scoring, where it says moderate, difficult or easy, and it gives you a number and the color green, yellow or red, then you can actually control when a green should show, when an amber should show, and when a red should show. And you can control how many points each of the actual metrics hold. So page authority, domain authority, Moz rank and backlinks. So depending on how many they have, they are assigned a score, and when the scores are totaled up together, what color should it show, guys? So you can actually fine tune the competition analysis to your liking. It really is cool. So anyway, this is WP Content Ranker. It's a simple to use WordPress plugin that you can find on every post and every page. It allows you to, or it helps you create and generate content. It helps you optimize your own content and make your content even better. It helps you do research and, you know, really get inside of your content or inside of your users' brain or mind and know exactly what they're actually looking for. But ultimately, guys, it tells you exactly how sites are ranking to optimize inside of Google now, and Google is actually ranking those sites. So Google is liking what it's seeing, and how you can use the same thing that Google is seeing to make superior content for you.
Hi again. I hope you liked the demo and realize the unfair advantage you get when using WP Content Ranker plugin. More information and access link on lowest price on www.stephgramg.com. See you soon.